Did you know that some of the most serious health warnings show up first in your feet? It is true. Take Mary, a vibrant 76-year-old who loved tending to her garden. One summer, she noticed her feet were more swollen than usual. She brushed it off, thinking it was just the heat. Weeks later, after a sudden fall and a rushed hospital visit, doctors discovered she had advanced heart failure, something her body had been trying to warn her about through her feet all along. Stories like Mary's are not rare. In fact, your feet are often the very first place where hidden health problems quietly make themselves known. They can reveal warning signs of heart disease, diabetes, nerve damage, and even dangerous circulation problems. But many seniors overlook these clues until it is too late. Today, I am going to show you 4 critical foot warning signs you should never ignore if you are over 60. Knowing what to watch for could save your independence, protect your heart, and even add years to your life. Stay with me, because what you learn today could truly change your future. If you find this topic important, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more wonderful people like you. And tell me in the comments below, have you ever noticed anything unusual in your feet that made you concerned? Sharing your experience could help someone else spot a hidden danger. Point 1. Swelling that does not go away. At the end of a long day, it might seem normal for your feet to feel a little swollen, especially if you have been standing or sitting for a long time. But what happens when the swelling does not go away? When your shoes start feeling tight even in the morning? When puffiness becomes your new normal? This is not just about discomfort. It can be your body's urgent way of telling you that something serious is happening beneath the surface. Swelling that lingers or worsens is called edema, and it often signals that your heart, kidneys, or circulatory system are struggling. When your heart cannot pump blood efficiently, fluid starts to build up in your lower extremities, especially in the feet and ankles. Similarly, when your kidneys are not filtering waste properly, excess fluid can collect in your body. Over time, this silent buildup can lead to dangerous complications like blood clots, severe infections, and even heart failure. Let me tell you about Joe, a lively 74-year-old who loved working on home projects. For months, Joe noticed that his feet and ankles were swelling more than usual. He laughed it off, blaming old age and too much tinkering in the garage. It was not until he found himself struggling to catch his breath during a family barbecue that he ended up in the emergency room. The diagnosis? Congestive heart failure. His body had been trying to warn him all along through the swelling in his feet. Here is why it matters. Your feet are the furthest point from your heart. If there is a problem with blood flow or fluid balance, your feet are often the first place to show it. Gravity pulls fluid down into your legs and ankles, and if your body is not able to move that fluid back up properly, it accumulates. Persistent foot and ankle swelling is never something to brush off, especially after 60. If you notice swelling that does not improve after a good night's rest, or if it seems to be getting worse day by day, it is time to act. Ignoring it can lead to skin breakdown, infections like cellulitis, and even deep vein thrombosis, a dangerous type of blood clot that can travel to your lungs and cause a life-threatening emergency. The emotional toll can be just as devastating. Swollen feet can make walking painful, limit your independence, and slowly erode your confidence. Simple pleasures like taking a walk with friends, tending to your garden, or playing with your grandchildren can become frustrating challenges. Left unchecked, swelling can quietly take away the things that bring joy and meaning to your days. But there is good news. Catching and addressing swelling early can make all the difference. Here are some simple but powerful steps you can take. Elevate your legs when you are resting, using pillows to raise them above heart level. Stay active with gentle exercises like walking or stretching to encourage healthy circulation. Wear supportive shoes and compression socks to help manage fluid buildup. Monitor your salt intake, as too much sodium can worsen swelling. Keep a daily eye on your feet and ankles. Notice changes in size, shape, or skin color. Most importantly, talk to your doctor if you notice persistent swelling. They can check for underlying heart, kidney, or vein issues that need treatment. Early intervention could prevent a minor symptom from turning into a major health crisis. Imagine how different Joe's story could have been if he had listened to his feet sooner. Imagine the pain, fear, and hospital visits he could have avoided. You have that opportunity today. Your feet are not just carrying you from place to place, they are speaking to you. The question is, are you listening? Now, let us look at the second surprising warning sign your feet might be trying to show you. Point 2. Changes in skin color or temperature. Have you ever looked down at your feet and noticed they looked a little different than usual? Maybe a bit redder, a little more purple, or perhaps cooler to the touch than the rest of your body? It is easy to overlook these subtle changes, but they can be serious warnings about what is happening inside your body. Changes in the color or temperature of your feet often mean that blood is not flowing as it should. Healthy feet should feel warm and have a natural pink tone. When they turn cold, pale, bluish, or even reddish, it is a sign that oxygen-rich blood is struggling to reach your tissues. This can happen because of circulation problems, diabetes, or a condition called peripheral artery disease, PAD, where the arteries become narrowed or blocked. Let me share the story of Lydia, a spirited 79-year-old who loved knitting and visiting her friends. One day, she noticed that her toes looked darker, almost bluish. She shrugged it off, assuming she had just bumped her foot without realizing it. Over the next few weeks, the color deepened, and her foot began to feel colder, even when the rest of her body was warm. By the time she mentioned it to her doctor, the blood flow to her foot was severely compromised. She faced a long, difficult treatment process that could have been avoided if the warning signs had been caught earlier. You see, your body needs good blood circulation to stay healthy. Blood carries oxygen and nutrients to every part of you, including your feet. When something interrupts that flow, your feet are among the first places to show trouble. Without enough oxygen, the skin can change color, wounds can heal slowly, and tissues can begin to die. The stakes are even higher if you are living with diabetes. Diabetes can damage the small blood vessels in your legs and feet, leading to poor circulation and nerve damage. A small color change, if ignored, can turn into a serious ulcer, an infection, or even the need for amputation. But temperature matters too. If your feet feel much colder than your hands or the rest of your body, it could mean your blood vessels are narrowing. It might even signal heart problems, especially if you also feel chest discomfort or shortness of breath. On the flip side, if your feet feel unusually warm, red, and swollen, it could point to an infection that needs quick medical attention. Beyond the physical risks, there is an emotional cost to ignoring these signs. Losing circulation can lead to loss of mobility, loss of independence, and ultimately, loss of precious life experiences. Small things like walking through your garden, visiting your favorite places, or simply playing with your grandkids become harder or even impossible. The wonderful news is that you can take action today to protect yourself. Check your feet regularly for any color changes, unusual coolness, or warmth. Gently press your foot and notice how quickly the color returns. Slow color return can be a warning. Keep your feet warm, but avoid heating pads or hot water, which can cause burns if sensation is reduced. Exercise daily, even if it is just a short walk, to encourage good blood flow. Manage chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol carefully with your doctor's help. Stop smoking if you do, because it greatly worsens circulation problems. And remember, you do not need to be a doctor to notice something is wrong. Trust your eyes and your instincts. If your feet look different, feel different, or seem off in any way, it is time to speak with your healthcare provider. Imagine if Lydia had trusted her instincts the very first time she noticed her toes darkening. Imagine the time, energy, and health she could have saved herself by speaking up. You have that chance. Your body is giving you gentle clues, and noticing them can make all the difference in living a strong, independent life. Coming up next is one of the most overlooked signs, end quote, yet it may be the most dangerous of all. Point 3. Numbness or tingling. Imagine walking across your living room and realizing you cannot quite feel the floor beneath your feet. Maybe it feels like you are stepping on cotton. Or perhaps there is a strange tingling, almost like pins and needles that will not go away. It is easy to dismiss these sensations, but numbness and tingling are not normal, especially as you get older. These subtle changes often signal serious underlying health issues, including diabetic neuropathy, nerve damage, or even circulation problems. Ignoring them can set off a chain reaction of health declines that are difficult to reverse. Let me tell you about Frank, a 72-year-old who loved woodworking in his garage. Frank began feeling a slight tingling in his toes but shrugged it off, thinking it was just from sitting too long or wearing old shoes. Months later, he developed a small blister on his foot. Because of the numbness, he did not feel it. By the time he noticed, the wound had become infected, leading to a lengthy hospital stay and months of painful rehabilitation. It was a simple problem that spiraled into a life-altering ordeal, all because of lost sensation. Here is why it matters so much. Your nerves act as messengers between your brain and your body. They alert you when something is wrong, when you step on something sharp, when you develop a blister, when your skin gets too hot or too cold. When those messages get weaker or stop completely, injuries can go unnoticed, infections can grow unchecked, and your overall safety is at risk. Numbness in the feet is one of the first signs of diabetic neuropathy, a condition where high blood sugar levels damage the nerves. It can also result from poor circulation, vitamin deficiencies, or even underlying neurological disorders. No matter the cause, the message is the same. Your body is struggling and it needs your attention. Tingling, that buzzing, prickling feeling, is another sign of trouble. It is your nerves trying and failing to send signals properly. Sometimes it feels mild, other times it is intense. Either way, tingling should never be ignored, especially if it comes on suddenly, gets worse over time, or is accompanied by weakness or balance problems. The risks of ignoring numbness or tingling are huge. Without full sensation, you might not feel a cut, blister, or sore spot. These small injuries can quickly become infected, especially if circulation is also poor. Left untreated, infections can spread rapidly and lead to serious consequences, including amputations. There is also an emotional side to consider. Losing feeling in your feet can make you fearful of walking, nervous about falling, and less willing to engage in activities you love. Slowly, your world can shrink. Fewer outings, fewer visits, fewer memories being made, all because of something that seems small at first. But you have more power than you realize. Here are some simple, life-saving steps you can take. Do a daily foot check. Look carefully for cuts, blisters, swelling, or color changes. Use a mirror or ask for help if needed. Gently test sensation by brushing the bottoms of your feet with your fingers or a soft cloth. Notice any areas that feel different. Manage blood sugar levels carefully if you have diabetes. Wear well-fitting shoes that protect your feet without rubbing or pinching. Never walk barefoot, even inside your home. Small objects can cause injuries you may not feel. Schedule regular foot exams with your healthcare provider, even if you do not notice problems yet. If you feel numbness or tingling, do not wait to seek help. Early intervention can slow down nerve damage, prevent complications, and keep you strong and independent longer. Imagine if Frank had taken his tingling toes seriously right from the start. Imagine the hospital visits, the pain, and the fear he could have avoided. You have the gift of awareness today. Your feet are trying to tell you something important, and listening now can protect your future. Finally, let us talk about one last sign that might seem harmless but can become one of the most dangerous of all. Point 4. Sores that do not heal. At first, it may seem like nothing at all. A small blister from a new pair of shoes, a scrape from bumping your foot on the coffee table. You might even tell yourself, it is just a little sore, it will heal soon. But what if it does not? What if days turn into weeks, and that tiny sore refuses to go away? For seniors, a sore that does not heal is a warning light flashing brightly. It often signals much deeper problems like diabetes, peripheral artery disease, or an impaired immune system. If left untreated, that minor-looking wound can lead to infections, severe tissue damage, and even amputation. Take Eleanor, for example. She was a lively 77-year-old who loved spending afternoons with her friends at the senior center. One day, she noticed a small sore on her heel. She figured it would go away on its own, so she simply put a bandage over it and carried on. Weeks later, the sore was larger, redder, and painful. When she finally saw her doctor, the infection had spread so badly that she needed hospitalization and months of wound care. What started as a simple sore turned into a major health crisis. Here is why this happens. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and more fragile. Blood flow may slow down due to heart disease, diabetes, or circulation problems. Our immune systems do not work as efficiently as they once did. All of these changes mean that even a small break in the skin can struggle to heal properly. For seniors with diabetes, the danger is even greater. Diabetes can cause nerve damage, meaning you may not even feel a sore starting, and poor blood flow, making it very hard for wounds to heal. It is one of the leading causes of foot amputations among older adults, and it often begins with a sore that seemed harmless at first. But it is not just about physical healing. A sore that does not heal can quietly steal away your independence. It can limit your ability to walk, lead to long periods of bed rest, and increase the risk of dangerous infections spreading to your bones or bloodstream. Over time, it can shrink your world, keeping you from the activities and people you love most. The emotional toll is heavy too. Living with a chronic wound can bring fear, frustration, and sadness. You might find yourself missing out on favorite outings, avoiding social events, or feeling isolated because of physical limitations. Healing becomes not just a physical journey, but an emotional one as well. The good news is, you have the power to spot the danger early and act before it becomes serious. Check your feet daily, looking closely for any new blisters, cuts, redness, or swelling. Pay attention to any wound that does not improve within a few days or seems to get worse. Keep your feet clean and moisturized, but avoid putting lotion between your toes, which can encourage infections. Wear shoes that fit properly and protect your feet from friction and pressure. Never ignore a small sore, even if it seems minor. Seek medical attention quickly. Control underlying conditions like diabetes and circulatory problems with your healthcare provider's help. If you notice a sore that is not healing, do not try to tough it out. Healing slows with age, but a wound that lingers beyond a week or two needs medical attention. Treatments might include special bandages, antibiotics, or procedures to restore proper blood flow. Early care can mean the difference between a simple recovery and a long, painful struggle. Imagine if Eleanor had shown her heel to her doctor right away. Imagine the hospital stays, the painful treatments, and the emotional toll she could have avoided. You deserve to protect your health, your independence, and your ability to live each day fully. By staying alert to sores that do not heal, you are not just taking care of your feet, you are safeguarding your whole future. If you have found these signs eye-opening so far, stay with me, because now we will gently wrap everything together and reflect on how powerful small changes in awareness can truly be. Our feet do far more than simply carry us through life. They whisper important messages about our health, our circulation, and even our heart. From swelling that refuses to fade, to subtle changes in color or temperature, from the quiet loss of sensation to small sores that refuse to heal, each warning sign is a gift. It is our body's way of asking us to pay attention, to protect it, and to honor it. Today, you have learned what to look for. You now hold the knowledge to catch silent dangers before they grow. By caring for your feet, you are not just preserving mobility, you are preserving your freedom, your joy, and the many beautiful memories still waiting to be made. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And before you go, tell me in the comments, which of these foot warning signs surprised you the most? Your story could inspire someone else to take action and stay healthy.